Coming up this week on the show,
Delaney digs up the history on a Fort Mill tradition.
Maddie informs us on a common mistake during the fall.
And Adam shows us a new way to play golf.
It's Friday, November 1st, and the buzz starts right now. Happy Friday, Fort Mill. I'm Anna.
And I'm Michael. That new intro was inspired by the new movie called Countdown.
Counting down how many days you have left to live can be a scary concept, but so is counting down the time left of our fall sports.
Here's Spencer to show us all the highlights of the week.
What's up, Fort Mill Nation? I'm Spencer, and you're watching The Buzz Sports. Last Friday, our football team traveled to the Trojans, playing hard but unfortunately losing. Tonight, they traveled to the Clover Eagles for the last game of the season. Be sure to go out and support at 7:30. Our Yellow Jacket athletes had a short week this week. Girls tennis had an amazing season but fell short to Wade Hampton on Monday. The ladies finished their season 15-1, including winning the region championship. Cross country ran through the competition on Wednesday, with our girls getting second place and our boys taking yet another region championship for the Mill. Our cheerleaders have a competition on Saturday, and we were able to catch up with the two-time region champs on their outlook for the end of comp season. So until next time, I'm Spencer.
Everyone wants to work hard. Everyone wants to be part of the team.
We've been working really hard on practices and making sure our routine's perfect for competition.
The team has been preparing for qualifying by practicing on little things that overall improve our routine as a whole. Our team is very excited to go to qualifying. We hope that we can place in state. For qualifying, you have to place the top 16, so hopefully we can make it.
It's great to see all the enthusiasm Fort Mill students have for their friends and classmates at these events.
One of the most common cheers is the Yes Cheer, introduced by our very own principal, Mr. Scroggs.
So, Delaney did some investigating to find out how this Fort Mill tradition started.
Last year's pep rally kicked off a new Fort Mill tradition that may have started off as something silly, but has grown into a cheer we all chant and love. I had a chance to catch up with Mr. Scroggs to find out where he got the inspiration for the infamous Yes Cheer.
I grew up a wrestling fan. I watched WWE as a high school student when I was here as a student here at Fort Mill High, and have followed wrestlers for a long time. One of those wrestlers, Daniel Bryan, created the Yes Chant. Now, he was a villain. He was supposed to be a bad guy, and the whole thing was being obnoxiously celebratory. So with the very first pep rally, I thought, I'm going to take a risk. I went to the seniors. I asked them to help me lead it. They didn't even know what they were doing before we tried it. I just told them, I said, seniors, we're going to try something new. Put one hand in the air. Point your finger towards the roof. Put another hand in the air. Point your other finger. We're going to bend at the knees, pump up, and say yes. I'm sure some of the students recognized it immediately. For many others, it was something just completely brand new, but it really caught on. I did not expect it to catch fire the way it did, and it's become a neat connection that I've shared with the students ever since.
Pump your knees down, and yes!
Ever since the very first Yes, the cheer has taken off and become a part of every event here at Fort Mill.
Students have absolutely exceeded my expectations. Many times, even at events that I'm not at, I'll get footage from parents, from coaches, of students celebrating a win or preparing to go out and engage in a competition with yes chants, and it just makes me happy each and every time.
I'm Delaney, reporting for The Buzz.
Thanks, Delaney. It's really interesting to see where our principal got the yes cheer.
While Fort Mill students have been excited about sports, some of your favorite celebrities have been excited about a new trend that could help better our environment.
Here's Emily to show us how some YouTubers are using their platform to promote environmental awareness.
From wildfires to global climate change, forests are disappearing day by day. According to World Wildlife, over 1 billion people and even more animals live in or around forests, depending on them for fuel, medicine, and building materials. But human impacts have led to the loss of 40% of the world's plant life.
What trees do, they take carbon dioxide out of the air and release oxygen in the air. The more oxygen you inhale as a person, the better you feel, so that makes you happier. I think we're probably producing more carbon dioxide than the trees can convert, which is part of our so-called climate problem. Now, Fort Mill's got a serious problem. Now, I'm a firm believer in the last 40 years our climate has drastically changed here.
In hopes to slow major deforestation, YouTuber Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast, has started a campaign to plant 20 million trees by 2020. Studies show that by reaching this goal, we can put a big dent in climate change. All you have to do is donate $1 to the Team Trees Foundation or even plant your own. With only 61 days left in 2020, visit teamtrees.org and plant a tree to help this cause. I'm Emily, reporting for The Buzz.
Thanks, Emily. It's cool to see the positive effects these celebrities are making on our planet.
Another change you can do hits a little closer to home. Actually, it's right in your backyard.
Here's Maddie to show us a change you can make this fall.
In the middle of the fall season, autumn leaves are piling up in our yards. You might be tempted to dig out the rakes and clean up the clutter, but it may not be the best option for the organisms underneath the layered leaves. According to USA Today, leaves retain the moisture in the soil and break down nutrients for plants. It's a natural way for the ecosystem to use wasted materials for good. Raking leaves disrupts the environmental system, and the discarded matter goes to take up space in landfills instead of their natural location. Instead of letting these leaves go to waste, it's better to simply leave them be. But if you're too bothered by the sight, you can add them to flower beds to work as a natural fertilizer. This fall season, make sure to set the rakes aside to help the earth in one simple way. I'm Maddie, reporting for The Buzz.
Thanks, Maddie. I might have to ditch the rake myself this season. No more chores for me.
I don't know. I rake the leaves every week, and personally, I think it looks so much better. All personal preference, I guess.
Well, the only raking I hate is when I miss my hole-in-one and my ball ends in the bunker. Here's Adam to show us a new way to golf this season.
Miniature golf is a leisurely activity for most families, but when you play professionally, the game has a whole new meaning.
Oh, what has it been now? 4 years I've been playing miniature golf.
Nico Manu stands out not because of what he plays, but because of how he plays. He makes his way through 18 holes using his own invention, shoe clubs, or schlubs as he calls them.
The schlubs is 99.9% closest to golf you'll find. It's a new alternate way of running the golf course. Schlubs is a way for people to regain being able to do it, doing it for the first time ever, or just for the foot of it.
The creation of schlubs helped Nico stay active after he was diagnosed with carpal tunnel and ulnar impaction syndrome, which caused the bones in his wrists to dislocate and rub together, pinching arteries, tendons, and nerves. However, his creativity and inventiveness served to help him and others who may be in a similar situation.
After I had a little bit of a mishap happen, and that's how I created to run fairways and get me back out to life. Staying active, you're alive. You know what I mean? The couch is terrible, and sitting around is terrible, and I don't even take a golf cart when I go golfing. I'm running, I'm jogging. So being active keeps you many moons young. Like I said, I went from a couch to doing charity events, to meeting great people in this world, doing good in my kind of way, you know, becoming part of all of this, you know, and my main goal is to bring the happy to other people.
You can try out schlubs for yourself at locations like Mr. Putty's and use them to compete against your friends or to play just for kicks. I'm Adam, reporting for The Buzz.
That's all we have for this week. Next week, Andy and Adam will be back and put together another great show.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Michael.
Have a great weekend,
Fort
Fort
Mill. I hate is when I miss my ball in the bunker.
Oh, I left it!
It's in the bunker. Here's.
You were so close!
Trees. I'm gonna put pants on my tree.
Hey. It's going. It's good.
Really good. Just a couple.
I might have to ditch the rake myself this
Sweet.
You're just gonna have to keep going, I'll tell you.
All right, dude!
I would just keep.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Thanks, Maddie. I might have to ditch.
There's so many.